This morning on Pastor Ralf Friedrichs' podcast, he asked the powerful question, have you ever felt it? That deep in your bones weariness that has nothing to do with a lack of sleep. He goes on to explain, it's the exhaustion of the soul, a heaviness that settles upon your heart like a winter fog. The path ahead seems unclear, shrouded in uncertainty and shadow. You look left and you look right, but every direction feels like a dead end. You feel lost. You feel alone. The world keeps spinning, people keep moving, but you feel stuck, anchored by a weight you cannot name but feel in every single breath. This is the quiet ache of a tired spirit, a feeling that whispers you are the only one struggling to keep your head above the water. This kind of weariness is not just for the dramatic moments of life. It can creep in during the ordinary days, in the middle of carpool lines and grocery store aisles. It's the slow drain of daily worries, the constant hum of anxiety about the future, and the sting of past hurts that refuse to heal. You put on a brave face for the world, a smile that doesn't quite reach your eyes, because you believe you have to be strong. You believe you must handle it all by yourself. So you carry your burdens in silence, each one a small stone in your pocket, until your pockets are so full that just taking the next step feels like an impossible task. The load is simply too much. But what if I told you that you were never meant to carry that weight alone? What if the architect of your very soul designed you not for self-sufficiency, but for dependency on him? Life can feel like a vast, lonely desert at times, a place where you are convinced you must find your own way, your own water, your own shelter. You trudge through the sand, your feet sinking with every step, convinced that survival depends entirely on your own strength and your own navigation skills. You believe the lie that asking for help is a sign of failure, so you press on, growing more tired and more lost with each passing moment. Friend, it is time to stop. It is time to pause and catch your breath. God sees you. He sees you trying so hard to hold everything together. He sees the silent tears you cry when no one is watching. He knows the fears that keep you awake in the dead of night. He is not disappointed in your struggle. He is not surprised by your weariness. In fact, he is waiting with open arms, not to scold you for getting lost, but to gently lift you up and carry you home. Your journey through the wilderness was never intended to be a solo expedition. There is a guide, a protector, a father who is ready to take the lead. Let's be clear about something right from the start. This feeling of being weak, scared, or utterly worn out is not a unique affliction. It is a universal human experience. The strongest people you know have felt it. The most successful people you admire have faced it. The most faithful people you look up to have wrestled with it. We all have moments when the challenges of life feel like a giant wave crashing over us, leaving us sputtering for air and struggling to find our footing. We all know the cold grip of fear and the heavy cloak of sadness. You are not an exception. You are human. We live in a world that celebrates strength and self-reliance. We are taught from a young age to pull ourselves up by our bootstraps, to hide our vulnerabilities, and to never let them see us sweat. So when weakness comes, as it inevitably does, we feel a sense of shame. We believe we have failed some unspoken test. We think, I should be stronger than this. I should be able to handle this. We hide our struggles behind a mask of capability, desperately hoping no one discovers how fragile we truly feel inside. We pretend to have it all together, while on the inside we are falling apart piece by piece. But God's economy works differently from the world's. In His kingdom, weakness is not a liability, it is an invitation. It is in our moments of greatest need that we are most open to receiving His greatest strength. When you finally reach the end of your own resources, you arrive at the beginning of His. When you admit, I can't do this anymore, you create the space for God to say, I know, let me. Your admission of weakness is not a cry of defeat, it is a prayer of surrender. And it is the most powerful prayer you can offer. It is the key that unlocks the door to His limitless grace and power. So, release the pressure to be perfect. Let go of the need to have all the answers. Your weariness is not a sign of your failure, but a signal of your need for a savior. It is okay to be tired, it is okay to be scared, It is okay to admit that you do not know what to do next. You are standing on holy ground when you stand in your own inadequacy, because it is there that God promises to meet you. He does not run from our messes, He runs toward them. He is not waiting for you to get strong on your own. He is waiting for you to let Him be your strength. God's promise to us is so much more profound than simply walking beside us on our journey. We often imagine Him as a supportive friend, offering a comforting word or a steadying hand, and He is that, of course. But there are times in life when we are too weak even to walk. There are seasons when our legs give out from under us, when we are too broken to take another step. In these moments, God does something truly extraordinary. He does not just walk with us, He carries us. He stoops down, scoops us into His powerful arms, and holds us close to His heart. Think about a father with his small child on a long, difficult hike. The child starts out with energy and excitement, running ahead on the trail. But soon the path gets steep, the rocks get sharp, and the little one's legs grow tired. The child begins to stumble and cry, unable to go on. What does the loving father do? Does he scold the child for not being strong enough? No, he smiles gently, lifts the child into his arms, and carries him the rest of the way. The child, now safe and secure, can rest his weary head on his father's shoulder. This is the picture of our God. The Bible gives us this exact image. In the book of Deuteronomy, Moses reminds the people of Israel how God cared for them in the desert. He says, "There you saw how the Lord your God carried you, as a father carries his son, all the way you went until you reached this place." He did not just point the way. He did not just provide food and water. He physically and spiritually carried them when they were unable to continue on their own. This is the nature of our God. He is not a distant deity, but a hands-on, carrying Father. He sees when you are at your limit, and His strength becomes your transport. This is a truth you can lean on today, right now. If you feel you cannot go on, you do not have to. You can stop striving. You can stop pushing. You can collapse into the arms of the one who is strong enough to carry you and all your burdens. His love is not a passive, sentimental feeling. It is an active, powerful force. It is a love that lifts, a love that supports, a love that carries. You do not need to find the strength to walk. You only need to find the willingness to be carried. Surrender your exhaustion to Him and let Him do the heavy lifting. When you feel lost and alone, your feelings can be powerful liars. They can scream that you have been abandoned, that God is distant, that your prayers are hitting a silent ceiling. But God's promises are more real and more reliable than any feeling you will ever have. The Bible is filled with His unwavering commitment to be with us, not just in the good times, but especially in the hard times. These are not just nice words on a page. They are divine, unbreakable covenants from the Creator of the universe to you, His beloved child. They are anchors for your soul in the middle of a raging storm. Jesus Himself gave us one of the most comforting promises just before He ascended into heaven. He looked at His disciples, who were surely feeling uncertain and afraid, and said, "And surely I am with you always to the very end of the age." Notice He did not say, "I will be with you when you are feeling strong," or "I will be with you when you get it all right." He simply said, "Always." That includes your tired moments, your confused moments, your broken moments. His presence is a constant, a given, a foundational truth upon which you can build your life. He is with you right now in this very moment as you read these words. The prophet Isaiah echoes this promise with beautiful, tender words from God's own heart. God says, "Even to your old age and gray hairs, I am He who will sustain you. I have made you and I will carry you. I will sustain you and I will rescue you." This is a lifelong promise. From the moment you were made until your final breath, God's commitment is to sustain you, to carry you, and to rescue you. He does not get tired of your needs. He does not grow weary of your dependency. He is the one constant in a life full of change, the one who was and is to come. And what about those times when the world feels like it is crumbling around you? the psalmist gives us a powerful declaration of trust. Truly, He is my rock and my salvation. He is my fortress. I will not be greatly shaken. A rock does not move. A fortress does not crumble. This is who God is for you. When everything else is shifting sand, He is solid ground. When you feel exposed and vulnerable, He is your impenetrable defense. Cling to these promises, write them down, speak them aloud, let them sink deep into your spirit until they become louder than your fears and stronger than your doubts. Knowing God is with you is one thing, living like it is another. The critical step is moving from intellectual agreement to active trust. This means consciously choosing to let go of the burdens you were never meant to carry. Imagine your hands are clenched tightly around your worries, your fears, and your sorrows. You are holding them so tightly your knuckles are white. You cannot receive God's help because your hands are already full. The act of faith is to slowly, deliberately open your hands. It is to release your grip on the problems and hand them over to the one who is infinitely more capable of handling them. This process of letting go can feel scary. We often believe that if we are not worrying about a problem, we are not doing anything about it. We think our anxiety is somehow productive, but it is not. It only drains our energy and steals our peace. Trusting God means you stop trying to be the general manager of the universe. You accept that some things are beyond your control, but nothing is beyond His. It is a conscious decision to lean your full weight on Him, just as you would lean against a solid wall when you are too tired to stand. You stop holding yourself up and let Him hold you up instead. How do we practically do this? It starts with prayer. Not formal, fancy prayer, but honest, heart-to-heart conversation with God. Tell Him everything. Tell Him you are tired. Tell Him you are scared. Tell Him you feel lost. Tell Him you do not know what to do. Pour out your heart to Him like water. The writer of Hebrews encourages us to remember those in prison as if you were together with them in prison, and those who are mistreated as if you yourselves were suffering, reminding us of a God who empathizes so deeply He feels our pain as His own. He is not a distant judge. He is a compassionate friend who listens and understands. As you share your burdens with Him, picture yourself physically placing them at His feet. Your financial worries, your health concerns, your family struggles, your deep sadness, lay them all down. Leave them there. Then, instead of picking them back up, ask Him to fill you with His peace. Ask Him to replace your weakness with His strength. This is not a one-time event. It is a daily, sometimes hourly practice. It is a continuous choice to let go and lean in, to exhale your fears and inhale His grace. It is in this exchange that you will find rest for your weary soul. In the end, this journey is about redefining the very source of your strength. For too long, you may have tried to draw strength from your own well, only to find it shallow and often dry. You have relied on your own resilience, your own intelligence, and your own willpower. But human strength has its limits. It falters. It fails. It runs out. The good news, the best news, is that you do not have to rely on it any longer. You have access to a different source, an eternal source, an unending source of power and might. God Himself is your strength. You do not need to pretend anymore. You can take off the mask of self-sufficiency. You are free to be weak, because in your weakness, His strength is made perfect. He is not looking for heroes. He is looking for children who will trust their Father. He is not asking you to climb the mountain on your own. He is asking you to let Him carry you to the summit. Your value and your security do not come from what you can do, but from who you belong to. You are a child of the King, and His resources are your resources. His strength is your strength. So today, as you finish reading this, make a simple choice. Choose to stop carrying the world on your shoulders. Choose to let God be God. When a worry pops into your head, hand it over to Him in a quick, silent prayer. When fear tries to grip your heart, remind yourself of His promise to never leave you. When you feel that familiar weariness creeping in, picture yourself resting in His strong and loving arms. Let Him carry you. Let Him be your rock, your fortress, and your salvation. He is the only one who can. Remember, you are never ever alone. He is with you. He is for you. He is in you. The God who holds the stars in place is the same God who is holding you right now. trust him, lean on him, find your rest in him. You don't have to be strong enough, because he is. He will carry you through this. He will sustain you. He will rescue you. Let go, and let God carry you home. You are safe in his arms.